when you're an exchange and you're going to charge $1 million for a listing, imagine the poor project has only raised $3 million. How much of that treasury is getting beaten up? Even if you charge $500,000, which is very common these days, $500,000, and then they're going to ask for a percentage of the token supply. And that token supply, depending on the exchange, they will absolutely abuse you. We're talking 10% of your total supply, sometimes 20% of your total supply. One meme coin that I know that launched on a tier 1 exchange, which is at a $1 billion valuation, that 20% of the supply is $200 million, Brian. Are you talking about abusing the system? $200 million for listing a ERC20 token? It costs you less than $5K. And you're charging them money. And then you're asking for a security deposit. So you're saying, like, on top of that $500,000, let's add another $250,000 or $300,000. Oh, in case your token price goes below the price where we launch, oops, your security deposit disappears. So when we
and
think
the tokens they get have no vesting or holdback schedule.
No vesting.
They can dump them in the market
Discretionary.
immediately.
Absolutely
Unlike
mind-blowing.
any other investor. No other investor gets 100% unlocked in TGE.
I'm literally spitting how much it gets me upset. You know, I'm frustrated because these projects that have been working so freaking hard, they get absolutely abused on the listing fee, which is an absolute scam of the money, the token supply, which they dump to get that security deposit. So they're getting 3 revenue streams, Brian. And then on top of that, with 2 of the projects that I know recently, they opened up perpetuals, leverage trading on another exchange that it was actually being listed on. And there's something really weird about this, Brian. I mean, there's already too much of the pie that's being eaten. But then when you see some really weird behavior where some people are shorting,
they doubled up and shorted the token as well.
On leverage 100x.
Because they knew it was going to dump because they were dumping their own. That's crazy. Yeah, that's just abuse. Yeah. And the thing is, we've seen this happen in the stock market over the last 100 years. The reason the Securities and Exchange Commission exists is because this abuse was happening, you know, during the Great Depression and the stock market crash of 1929. And there were all these abusive practices where people were playing funny games with this and doing things that were not in the interest of the investor. And they put rules around it. Now, look, the SEC is antiquated. It doesn't apply to crypto. The point is that these are old tricks on Wall Street. Okay, I worked on Wall Street. And when I talk to my students, man, we got tricks up our sleeves. We got 20 different ways to scalp your money and you don't even know it's happening. And what we're seeing here is the same thing happening because centralized exchanges are not crypto platforms. SwissBorg is actually, but centralized exchanges are like stockbrokers from 100 years ago. They're not on the blockchain. They are literally it's like a boiler room, like the movie. They're guys that are pumping and dropping these tokens. They're taking as much money as possible out of these clients. And it just happens to be in crypto, but it could be in any other asset class. And people need to get wise that that's what they're doing. They're not actually providing a lot of value add. Now, they sell you on the fact that they have a bunch of retail clients, okay? And they do, but that's not worth what they're charging right now, especially with those deceptive practices on top of it. It's one thing if they offer their retail your tokens, but when they're dumping your tokens and shorting your tokens and fleecing you,
what the London Real Investment Club actually does for you, it gives you the keys to open that door to the inside deals. In the last 3 weeks, I've participated in 3 incredible deals, a layer 2 Bitcoin protocol, an incredible AI protocol. The deal flow is beyond what I expected. I don't think I've ever seen a model like this that just gives average folks the opportunity to be behind the deals. And that's exactly what we've done. Not only that, you get to hang out with Brian Rose every week. And for me, that was huge because I look at Brian as somebody who's not only an expert in the space, and I think is on the leading edge, but just the leading edge of thought with London Real and the work he's doing there. To anyone who's taking a serious look at this, I know it's a big decision. It was a big decision for me and my family, and it is one of the best decisions I've ever made. So I wish you all the best and hope you come join us.
And then they're abusing on their own market making. So they're taking fees on the market making, the trading volume. And then on top of that, Brian, they have hidden order books where they can actually pay with a spread. They'll be like, okay, instead of 10, 20 basis points, we're going to put 2%. There's so much volatility, no one's going to get it. Even the professional trader is going to struggle to, make a request of a CSV file, download the spreadsheet, look, was it exactly the same price at the same time? How many people actually go that far, right? So the abuse is just so bad, Brian, that and the good thing is that a lot of the foundations, so the blockchains, like I talked to the guys at SUI, when they see the SUI token, 90% of the trading volume going on to CEXs, centralized exchanges, they want it back on their chain. So they already know that the centralized exchanges are abusing the system. But the problem is most of these projects don't know how bad it is. And the retail, out there, the people, the investors, the community members are losing a lot of money because they're also getting borderline scammed by these centralized exchanges. So that pie is, I feel like this, Brian, is worse than what the VCs were doing at the beginning of this bull cycle. It's horrendous.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. And like you said, both sides don't know what they're doing. You and I personally know specific projects that we've actually both invested in through our venture funds that were great projects with promise that I would argue have now been ruined forever because of the behavior of some centralized exchanges. And that's real. And these are people that worked 2 years for this. They thought they were doing the right thing. They thought they were getting the holy grail of listing on this tier 1 exchange. And then all of a sudden, it literally can crush their project,
And the problem out of all this, Brian, is when I tell these projects, they have all the evidence in the world. I said, do me a favor, go out. You're going to get so much empathy. You're going to get so much support from the communities, and you'll be a rock star for revealing the truth. And you know what they say? Oh, we can't, Alex. I'm like, why? It's because they'll delist us. They'll delist our token. I'm like, that's not the right excuse. And I said, it almost makes me think of like a Puff Daddy type case where they hold you by the testes, right? They have so much power that you're afraid to reveal the truth because you think it's going to actually destroy who you are, destroy your company. Literally like one of those really dark cases.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.